Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for October the 30th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy, and then after that, we'll look at one card per sign, and we'll see how these energies meld together for everyone throughout the day. Lots of activity going on today from the feel of these cards. Let's look at our overall energy. That shows up as the Two of Cups in reverse. Yippee skippy. Two of Cups in reverse just means that there was something or someone that we were attracted to, fascinated by, drawn into, wanted to understand more, wanted to spend more time with. And now we could kind of take it or leave it, whether it's a hobby, a person, project, whatever it is. We're not near as fascinated by it anymore. In fact, we may not be fascinated at all anymore. Not when that comes in reverse like that. All right, let's see how this is playing out for everybody. Aries, starting with you. Haha, Aries. Definitely there is something that you have started and were really enjoying, and now the appeal is no longer there, and so you are moving on to the next new and exciting thing, the next thing that has you feeling enthusiastic and alive again. Taurus. So Taurus, this is interesting because we see here that you're not as intrigued as you were by whatever this was. And really, you're not necessarily even wanting to spend time with that person or that situation. However, you do miss it. Isn't that interesting? So, this could be a situation where your brain is saying one thing and your heart is saying another, and they haven't quite gotten on the same page yet. Gemini. King of Pentacles showing up here. Geminis, I think there's somebody in your sphere of influence that you were really intrigued by and wanted to know more and spend more time with. And I think now you could kind of, you could take or leave that time with that person now. Probably rather leave that time. And that person is somebody who is very well grounded, probably somebody who has enough that they feel comfortable in life and they have enough to share with others if they want to. If they want to. I kind of get the sense that this person kind of makes people earn anything that they share with them, and they can have kind of a sour attitude. And so this is the person that we see you being not so fascinated with anymore. It almost feels like this person, their true colors kind of came out. And now that you've seen the true colors, you're perfectly happy not to be hanging out with that person. All right, so that was that. That was Gemini. Next up, we're looking at Cancers. Rebirth. Two of Cups coming up in reverse with the Rebirth card. This is telling me, this is so interesting, that there's somebody that when you first met them, you really, they didn't really float your boat at all, let's say. Okay. And then you went through a phase where you were really interested in them. You were really intrigued by them. And now you're coming with that rebirth card, you're coming back into that old way of looking at them where you're just like, I just don't see anything that's that over the top about this person anymore. Not really sure why I was so fascinated by them in the past. So, kind of going back to that original mindset of, could take it or leave it. All right, so who was that? That was Cancers. Next up, we're going to look at Leo. Leo. 10 of Pentacles showing up for you. Excuse me. Leos, this is really interesting because it tells me that you've gotten to a place where you're feeling pretty secure, pretty stable, maybe financially, maybe emotionally, maybe both. And now that you're in this stable, secure place, you can finally say, you know what, I'm not so into this situation, or I'm not so into you anymore. It's almost like the idea of you being in a secure and stable situation brings your confidence out to where you can just tell somebody how it is, where before maybe you couldn't. Ba-ba-da-da. That was Leo's. Next up, we're looking at Virgo. 5 of Pentacles showing up here. Five of Pentacles talks about disappointment, and I think there's some disappointment here in this idea that with the Two of Cups in reverse, there's somebody that you were really into, or some project that you were really into, something that you really felt good about that has kind of fallen apart. It no longer has any appeal for you anymore. You don't want to put energy and effort into it. But I do think with this Five of Pentacles, it's been hard to recognize that because you had a lot of dreams and a lot of hopes for whatever this was. All right. So that was Virgo. Next up, we're looking at Libra. So Libras, you guys have the Ten of Wands showing up in reverse. There's a situation here that you were at one point very intrigued by and wanted to put a lot of energy and effort into, but not really anymore. I feel like there's an integrity issue that has come up for you, Libras, that when you saw it, it really changed how you looked at things here. And with this Ten of Wands in reverse, this talks about any responsibilities that you had in this situation, you're setting them down. You're not having anything to do with this moving forward. Okay, next up, we're looking at Scorpio. Chariot card in reverse. Two of Cups in reverse. There may be some type of road trip or travel that we really enjoyed at one point. Now we're not so sure that we're really into that, at least for this moment. Chariot in reverse talks about this idea of now we'd rather stay at home rather than travel. Rather stay at home rather than travel. All right, well, that's interesting. Let's look next at Sagittarius. Ba ba da 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 da. Eight of Wands showing up in reverse, also with the Two of Cups in reverse. There's somebody that you were intrigued by, that you wanted to spend more time with, get to know better, or some situation that you were real willing to invest in. And now, not so much. Now you really don't even want to talk to that person or do any kind of communication or promotion for whatever that project was. Nay, nay. Not a lot of communication happening around this. All right, let's see. That was Sag. Next up, we're looking at Capricorn. So Capricorn's Seven of Pentacles showing up here. Ba ba da da. What's going on here? Capricorns. You've got a situation that you're really not thrilled about. You're not happy with. You're not happy to be a participant in. However, it's where the money is, honey. So we see you dealing with it to get that payday. Chasing that bag, Capricorn. All right, next up, Aquarius. Wheel card showing up in reverse, plus the Two of Cups in reverse. If there is somebody that you're attracted to, or somebody or something that you are attracted to and feeling really energetic about, this may not exactly be the right time. First of all, you're not feeling that attraction anymore. But also with the wheel, it really is not the right time to be putting a lot of energy and effort into that anyway. All right, and that was Aquarius. Next up, we're looking at Pisces. So Pisces, we have the Star card showing up in reverse. Two of Cups in reverse too. Pisces, you may not be feeling very good today, and you may be feeling not only not very good physically, but I think you also may be getting kind of grumpy with the people around you because you don't feel good. So try to minimize the people you're around. Be grumpy to less people, or try to be aware of how you might be coming across too. I know sometimes it's hard when we're not feeling good, but it kind of looks like the thing to do here. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I do appreciate all your wonderful support. Thank you for the thumbs ups, for sharing this video, and of course, for commenting down below. I always love to read the comments. Everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.